times 2. In fact, only 17% of the nation's pre-tax income actually goes to the 1%, debunking everything Occupy Wall Street protesters have been griping about. Take that. Time to let the Willis watchdogs out. Yu-Dee Chang is the chief trader and sole principal at Ace Investment Strategists in D.C. Roth is a business strategist and best-selling author. And Monica Crowley is a radio talk show host. Okay, Yu-Dee, fire it off here. What do you make of this story?
You know what? I don't know why we're so stuck on this so-called income inequality. You know, what is the true equality? Our founding father says that is to provide everybody on an equal footing, right? It's not to make sure that everybody grow up at the same height. And also talking about equality, what about tax equality? That so-called 1% of people that makes 17% pays 27% of the tax. So I tell you, that's not the issue there. And also, if you insist on taking care of this problem, it's very easy. Income inequality actually comes from its direct result of economic growth. So let's just wish we go into recession or a big depression, then we can take care of it, right?
Monica, you know, if you know anything about how income works in this country, the more you make, the more volatile your income really is because you have a lot of it in the markets, you invest, so it goes up and down a lot more than other people's. So we're surprised why?
Nobody should be surprised by this. And exactly right. I mean, the 1% are the greatest risk takers in this economy. They're the job creators. But you're right. They're also the biggest investors. So when the market goes up, they do disproportionately better. But when it goes down, they do disproportionately worse. I don't think a lot of people want to send them condolence cards, okay, because relatively speaking, they're still more comfortable than most Americans. But I will say, I want to agree with Yu-Dee. When we talk about income inequality in America, look, the opposite of that is income equality. That's communism. That's where everybody has an equal share in poverty and misery. What the free market is all about is about giving you an opportunity to succeed. It's not about equality of outcomes. It's about equality of opportunity.
Opportunity. That's right, Carol.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if you understand the financial system in this country, not only is income going down, their asset values are going down too. The challenge here, Gerri, is that the people who are protesting this don't understand and don't want to understand. This is propaganda. This is a brand.
Look,
they're drawing a line.
How many kids in high school have even had the first economics class? I mean, at the end of the day, financial education is nowhere. Okay, we've got another story we want to do. Fear of a big, bad government edging towards record levels in the U.S. Everybody's up in arms. According to Gallup, the majority of Democrats and Republicans alike are most concerned about the threat of big government more than they're concerned about big labor or big business. Monica.
So if you're in the Obama White House tonight or sitting at the top levels of the Obama campaign, you ought to be very worried about those numbers because this administration, Democrats in Congress, have made their livelihoods, their political livelihoods, on expanding the size of government, expanding dependency to the greatest extent possible in an unprecedented way by this president. What you see is the rise of the Tea Party to confront that, and now you see 64% say no more big government.
Carol.
Yes, so big is good for goals, for Christmas presents. I would even argue for hair, Gerri, but it's not good for government.
Me too.
And I think that this is just one of those situations that's gotten way out of control. It's kind of like that Winchester Mystery House in California. They just keep adding on to it, but it doesn't go anywhere. And that's just crazy, and crazy is kind of scary.
Yu-Dee, is it crazy?
Yeah, it is crazy. I think everybody hates big governments, Republicans, Democrats, and also be careful. If you want a government that's big enough to give you everything you want, then that government is big enough to take away everything you have. By the way, I didn't say that. Thomas Jefferson did.
Ooh,
right on.
Yeah, baby, way to end it.
on.
Okay. Yu-Dee, Carol, Monica, thanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time tonight, and we will be right back.